what's up, everybody? Dr. Giggles here, and we're returning to the Grow Show after a few-week hiatus. And, yeah, some cool things have happened, I guess, since we've been on a little bit of a hiatus. And, yeah, some news, some things, some ride announcements, some crazy things, plus the trip. Some rumors going around. And then I'll just, we'll just talk about whatever. Hey, what's up, Charles? All right, let's see. So let's talk. Where do I start? All right, so let's start with. Remember that rumor we talked about Holiday in the Park with Six Flags New England? We don't have to worry about that now because the park confirmed it. I'm sure you guys seen the video, seen the post, whatever. And I just figured anyway that kind of didn't know, didn't remember. Holiday in the Park's not going anywhere. It was just a rumor. Like I said, I just want to make sure that nobody thinks that I just made it up or something. But yeah, so we'll find out, I guess, at some point, probably as we get closer to Holiday in the Park, find out about what do you call it? What's gonna happen this year for it. Yeah, I don't know how much of it you could see. Let's see. There you can see the other part of it. Yep, it's got. Oops. Uh-oh. That fell down. There we go. All right. Yeah, so, like I said, Holiday in the Park, we'll find out more about, what's going on. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm glad that it didn't go away. It extends our season, so we don't have to have a longer off season like we used to. So we'll just see what happens. Is it gonna get bigger? We'll just see what happens. Oh yeah, I don't have my pen to check off. Oh well. Anyway, so SeaWorld starting on the 27th, which what's today, the 21st? So in 6 more days, SeaWorld is going to start using a UK-based company called HB Leisure to handle their carnival games. To help cost cuts, employees will either be laid off or moved into new positions. Hey, what's up, George? So that's kind of weird. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that about King's Dominion scrapping the crypt. And then Busch Gardens with the Giga Shuttle Coaster. That took me a little bit by surprise. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe not the crypt so much, but Busch Gardens getting that Giga Shuttle. We don't know what it's gonna be, but there's ideas. People are already making those, POVs and everything of it. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. They just find it, go with it, roll with it, and then we find out what it is when they let us know what it is. I gotta say, they're on fire adding all this stuff to it. All the New Year's good. How about you, George? Yeah, I don't know. I keep hearing a weird noise. I don't know what's on the other side of the wall. I have no idea. But, so yeah, I mean, SeaWorld Busch Gardens has been on a tear the last 2-3 years. Just keep adding stuff. and they really beefing up the rides. I'm honestly, I was shocked because I didn't know how good financially, not financially, they were doing to be able to keep doing all these big rides. That was crazy. It's been crazy. They've been doing some crazy things over there in the SeaWorld company. All right, we talked about that. So there's some in Universal three. I've been looking through all the stuff people talking about, but three unconfirmed projects going on. I mean, some are like worst kept secrets. Some are like, oh, there was one about mummy going down for a little bit and doing a rehab of the mummy, and then Jurassic World roller coaster was another thing, and then SNL themed attraction at City Walk. The SNL attraction, I didn't hear nothing about that before, but it just started popping up, and I'm like, what the hell is this? So that's that with Universal. What else I got on here those three things I can do after. Six Flags Great Adventure. Man sues park over bamboo. I'm sure you guys saw this. It's about the guy that he couldn't bring his phone with him on King Car. He said the employee told him to go stash it over by the smoking section. Then when the guy came back, the bamboo went up his foot, and now he's suing. I don't know about you guys, but I call total BS on that dude's part. I mean, I'm not saying that he didn't put his foot through bamboo. You know what SNL is, but why? Is this a museum like? I don't know what the deal is with the SNL attraction. I don't know if it's a museum. I don't know what it is. But definitely, I mean, I would like to know what it is and what they're, putting their money on for. Like, what's the deal? Maybe it's one of those attractions they would have loved to have in the park. Instead, put it in City Walk. Hey, what's up, Jason in Paradise? Yeah, all I know is it's just, hey, John, what's up? Oh, yeah, R.I.P. Mr. Peanut. That's so funny. So yeah, the dumbass got his foot stuck in the bamboo for stashing his phone somewhere, and he wants the park to pay for it, and then probably get a little extra on the side. I'm actually kind of bored of Six Flags Great Adventure. The more that I've gone, and and all that, and I realized that I need a break from Great Adventure for a while. I know it sounds crazy, and everybody loves Great Adventure. I don't share that same love. It's getting there, but it's not there. I was bored, just kind of need a break from something. Great Adventure's that something like, hey, yeah, I don't have to deal with it for a little bit, and it's great. To deal with all that traffic, to go down there with all the mobs of people, is it really worth it? To me, I don't feel it's worth it. I mean, I'm not opposed to taking like a year or two off and then go back, take a little bit of time to forget. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out Jersey Devil as well. I just, you know what it is? That park hasn't added a ton of awesome stuff for, for a while. And I'm not just talking like big coasters and stuff, but like you got down there, Justice League, which is totally different than Magic Mountains, and I'll talk about that later, which was crazy. But I don't know. I just kind of hoping for more, but not crazy like Giga thing. It's just kind of like the park needs more flat rides, and they are getting them. Some work better than others, but I don't know. I don't know what it is that I don't know what it is that I'm looking for that park to kind of make me go, "Yep, love that park." I don't know what that is. Not yet. Not yet. Busch Gardens, Tampa. The rumors around the campfire about a thrill ride coming in 2021. An SNS. SNS Scream and Swing. What's George? What's the date for what? But yeah, so it looks like there's gonna be a Scream and Swing. I love those rides. Hey, what's up, Axel? How was West Coast Races? West Coast Races was awesome. I loved it. I mean, it's not like a crazy thrill, like crazy launch, like say like a King Dakar or something. But let me tell you that West Coast Races out of Magic Mountain, that thing, I liked it. It's just the way, what I call the transition, the flow of when the rides are going over each other, just the way that they're going, you can just see the way that they go. Gwazi has a large construction update. I wanted to do a New York trip as well, but the money may not be there. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I keep looking around all the place. Like I want to go to Darien Lake, but I haven't gone yet. I need to get there more sooner than later, I hope. Yeah, but West Coast Races was cool. The weird thing, like it has that spot where it stops before it does the second half of the ride. That's weird. It's just like kind of just slow going to make it like your car's getting fixed and tuned up, and then after they're done, then you go and finish the ride. Kind of baffling me because when we were racing and I was say like my car was blue and the other car was red. And then you come out, and then the other one you race it against is green, and it kind of like it confused my brain, like how the it was a different color car, just the way that the track is. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm loving this room, Jason. January 22nd. What's January 22nd? Yeah, the Justice League ride at Magic Mountain has more animatronics. Remember at the end there was a Harley Quinn blowing out smoke and stuff at you, like laughing gas. And there's like 2 pre-show rooms. The ride is longer and there's different effects, different stuff. So it's definitely different. And I was like, whoa. You realize that it's different. But those people don't know. I mean, those people there at Magic Mountain got the better version. All right, so I talked about that. Knoebels. They're announcing a brand new Tornado flat ride. Similar to, it's basically the same thing, like at Lake Compounce. And they're getting that. I think it's replacing that ride. What is it? 1001 knots or whatever it is. I think it's that or whatever it is. The one. I think it's replaced going over there. I think. I don't remember where they said it was going. I don't remember. They should add robots looking like a real pit crew. I mean, it would be cool. It was just weird. It was just like a. To me, it was just like kind of like a a cheap way to, to do some stuff, But hey, it is what it is. Over the top. Maybe that's the same. I don't remember which over the. No, they already put a ride where over the top was. They got that what the hell? I'm trying to think. There's a spinning ride in that thing. Or the green space. Oh, they could put it over there. Yeah, they could put it in the green space. I don't know where they're putting it. I was under the impression it was going over in that area, but season pass is worth it. Just between the gate and the parking, it's a no-brainer. Yep. All right, so we talked about King's Dominion with the crypt rumored to be getting removed at King's Dominion. I'm sure that if that's in fact true, they'll use that area plus the volcano area for whatever ride they're getting, and then they can utilize it that way. All right. So I don't know how many of you've ridden or gonna be riding or didn't realize Star Tours at Hollywood Studios and Disneyland has an updated scenes now to go with the new movie. So we got to see that, and that was really cool. And it actually ties in, it helps tie into the new movie. And I was like, whoa, I couldn't believe it. And the picture, on the screen was a lot. It wasn't all like blurry, and it was really crystal clear. I was like, whoa. And it was really cool. But if you've seen the movie and then you go ride that, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. But it was pretty cool. They say Knoebels has the best haunted house ride. Which has the best? Knoebels Haunted House is really good. See, when you're talking about traditional haunted houses, Knoebels has one of the best. For a traditional haunted house, not like a crazy dark ride like today, but Knoebels has a good one. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. There's one, I forget the name of it, but there's a suspended haunted house. That one's pretty cool. There's not a whole lot of these, like original dark rides left. Off the ones that I can remember off the top of my head, those two to me were like the best ones that I can remember anyway. I'm still trying to like get in my brain like, oh, that's a good one too. The one that's over by Dino's Wonderland, Wonder Wheel in Coney. That one's pretty good too. Yeah, that Avatar ride is awesome. Yeah, when I go, I always go. That's the first thing that I do when what do you call it? When we get to Animal Kingdom, that's the first thing we do. Because if not, you're gonna wait 3-4 hours all day. From what you hear, there are different films for the new Star Tours. Yeah, I had my tie-in to the new movie, so that's the one that I know. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look more into that to see what the other differences. But me personally, I got the tie-in to the new movie, so maybe there must be ones from other ones. Dude, you're going to Madrid? That's crazy. He's like, yeah, I'm going to Madrid. else did I have on this list of things? Oh, here's a good one. I forgot to talk about. Six Flags stock takes a dive due to the China concerns. What do you think? What do you think the future is with all this? Do you think it's finally catching up to them? Their current model? Do you think they're going to change it? I hope they change it. Oh, and I got something that I probably shouldn't have because I'm an idiot. Whoa. Hang on. While I was away, when I was at Six Flags, I bought more of these nano coasters. So now I'm probably going to do more and then bleed and get cut and scream and swear at them. Yep, so I got them all. There's a whole bunch. How many did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 of them. Ugh. Don't plan on going to Six Flags parks all the time. Activate Pass in April. Possibly Great Escape. Darien Lake in July. SFNE probably in August. Great Adventure Fright Fest. I just read that. All right. So, is that all the news of anything that I've had? Yeah, pretty much. That, and that. Supergirl is going over where Kryptonite Collider isn't anymore. You know, over by Superman's entrance. Planning on hitting Winter Wonderland, the 2 parks in Madrid, Golan, Italy. Jeez, that sounds like a good trip. But yeah, it's Supergirl's going in that area over by the Superman entrance. So you'll see it there when you come down the stairs. But it's over in that DC area there. That's where you'll find it. That's where you'll find it. Whoa. That's a lot of places. I mean, even though I can't pronounce those names. Good luck. I wouldn't even bother. I couldn't. I just couldn't. Alright, so, what was I saying? I wanted to pick your brain about the Six Flags stuff. Oh, yeah, I was saying that. We'll leave New Year's Eve this year. Don't get back till second week of June. And, whoa. Yeah, Jason, anyway, so with the... back at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom summertime till June 20th. Anyway, so the Six Flags stocks. I don't know, that whole thing with the stock. That's why I hate stocks and shareholders, and you know, it'll make and break a company. It'll do whatever, but in this case, here's my thoughts. My thoughts on this is, I think the investors are like, hey, when are you gonna, boost your numbers, do something big, do something, it's kind of like, when are you gonna put yourself on the map so we can get more money back on our investment. Now they're all going, oh my God, the sky has fallen on the stock. So they're gonna have to. They got no choice. They're gonna have to do something about turning it around. What you do, I don't know at this point, but I'm kind of hoping that this, when they maybe it gets inside their brain saying, hey, we got to just change it now. Just can't do it this way. Maybe maybe that helps. Maybe. I don't know. All right, so next I'll talk about Rise of the Resistance. I'm not gonna. Well, you know what I am gonna do. What is that? I don't even know what that is. I'm looking at what is that? I'm gonna put up one thing. Hey, get over here. You did I pass it? Oh no. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. All right, this you're not on the ride vehicle at this point, but when I seen this, I was like, oh my god. Like, that was really cool. And yeah, the Cali trip was cool. But this right here, with just seeing that was, this ride was awesome. It does to me, it lives up to the hype, but maybe other people don't want to put it to the hype, But yeah, the Cali trip was good because when we were out there, we went to Magic Mountain, we went to Knott's Berry Farm, and we went to Disneyland. And after we did the work while we were out there, and then we came back home. What the hell is the thing? Oh, there's the thing. So, and it was the first time that I had been in any of these parks. So, everybody's like, oh, you got to ride this. This is awesome. This is awesome. Da, 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 da. So, we went to Magic Mountain. The only thing about Magic Mountain that I hate is those damn hills. They were killing me. This is one hill to go so you can get to, what is it, Ninja and their Superman. And we're just climbing. And then when we were up there, Ninja wasn't open. So I couldn't get the Ninja credit when I was up there. I got Superman, and then I went down. As soon as we got to the bottom of the hill, guess what happens? Ninja opens. I was like, nah, I'm not doing it again. I'm like, nope, not doing it. So I didn't get the ninja credit. I'm not a ninja. So I just didn't want to climb that hill. I just didn't want to do it again. Another, what do you call it? I really enjoyed X2. Let's see. I got X2. I just look at it. See, they got the X2 Nano Coaster. This one was good. I like this Goliath. That was a good coaster. This one was good. Full throttle. This one really kind of, I didn't know what to expect. West Coast Races. That was another good one. And then Tatsu. These were all good rides. Yeah, I couldn't get Twisted Colossus. It was closed. So I didn't get to ride that. I think we rode everything else. I think Twisted Colossus was the only thing that was down. And then we didn't get Ninja because it had opened later or whatever was going on. I rode Apocalypse. Yeah, we rode. I think the only two rides I didn't get was Twisted Colossus and Ninja. Yeah. Tell for bedtime, talk tomorrow morning. Okay. But yeah, The park. I like the park. The park is weird, and uh, it needs flat rides. There's not very many of those. There's a few. I don't know how many they got. And they had a carousel. They had a pendulum swing ride there. They had. What else did I see they had? I know I've seen them have. I know they got more than that. I don't remember what they got, but they got a few more. But they really need some badly. They don't need coasters for a long time. It's gotta be they gotta take care of that flat ride problem. But other than that, good. Meister Hill, not a lot of flats, still a good park. It's crazy that Rise and Mickey's Runaway Railway is gonna to use the same ride system. Hey, you know what? Rise of the Resistance was an awesome ride. And I forgot one day this, not this week, but next, I don't know what day. I gotta figure it out. But I'm gonna release the, like walking through the queue and all that, and the on ride if if you feel like watching it. And yeah, Rise of the Resistance. I mean, I've seen POV videos of it, and it's still not the same. Like if you've never ridden and you're like, oh, the ride might look stupid, you gotta be there. You gotta be in it, not just watch a video. And that ride's definitely a game changer. Yeah, I was even telling, yeah, Magic Mountain doesn't have a lot of flat ground, that's for sure. Um, I'll agree with you on that, Lindsay. I'll agree with you on that. But yeah, the ride, it's a game changer. I was telling Jason, I said, if even Universal could still come up with some crazy stuff like this between Disney and Universal. If they can't continuously keep doing that, they need to get slapped in the head. Like just how like going through the different areas and it just flows the story together, and it's crazy. Because like you get on the ship, you're trying to get away, and then the guys get you, and then you're on the Star Destroyer, and it's just great. Like the ride's awesome, and then the transition back to where we were, and oh, great ride. We need more. We need more rides like that. Definitely need more rides like that. Yeah, I'm interested to see about the Mickey's Runaway Railroad. I mean, hopefully it's good, especially after because people are already pissed off that the great movie ride's gone and this Mickey's Runaway thing's coming. So, I wonder how it's gonna pan out. But the ride system for Rise, and if it's the same thing, it's a good ride system. I just like the cars that you're sitting in on it, and then the robot. Matter of fact, the robot that's like your pilot. I think I built him in Droid Depot. One thing that I will say about Disneyland that I hate is the gift shops suck. I don't understand it. The gift shops at Disneyland suck. They're way smaller. I can't believe I'm complaining about that, but I am. Damn it. They But Disneyland has some cool rides or cool versions of rides that's not in Florida, so like the Splash Mountains are different, especially even the cars, and it's just different all around. I had never seen an Alice in Wonderland ride. I don't think Florida ever had one of those. Oh, the Pinocchio ride, and then what else was another one? Oof. Well, I think the cars for the ride look like a train. Maybe not the same, but it's probably gonna look like a train instead of what they have for Rise of the Resistance. So, and you know what I do. Speaking of Rise of the Resistance, one thing that I really liked, because the biggest complaint, and I agree with it, is not enough Star Wars type characters, walking around. Disneyland now has R2, so that kind of helps. But what I did like was all the cast members for the ride. They were all dressed in well, like the First Order outfits and stuff like that. When you encounter them and all that, and they're like and do their thing. It's they're in character and it's pretty cool. Like I wish there was more of that, outside of the rides, but it was pretty good. Disneyland's was mainly used to recycle animatronics from another show. Alice and Pinocchio, a Disneyland exclusive. Toad got replaced by Pooh in Florida. Snow White, a meet and greet. Yeah, I remember that. Well, I don't know. It was just weird to see. You know what I mean? Like with the Matterhorn, that was cool to ride. I mean, there's obviously different stuff. We didn't get to ride Space Mountain. The wait time was like ridiculous that day. It was like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 o'clock, and we were trying to get a fast pass, and then we're like, the next one's 10:50 to 11:50. So Disneyland. The Alice in Wonderland ride, that was weird. It was goofy, and I laughed when I was riding it. I was just getting a kick out of the cars, and then getting just a kick out of just the path of the things it's doing. I was dying laughing. I was looking at the video yesterday on it. It was pretty funny. And what was? Yeah, Pinocchio. That one was. It's kind of reminiscent of like Snow White, and just how, like all those other dark rides. It was still cool. Oh, Indiana Jones. That ride was cool. Have any of you guys been to Disneyland and have ridden any of these rides I'm talking about? Besides me. But yeah. Oh, and then we also did Knott's Berry Farm. The log flume ride wasn't there open, but I did the mine train, and that ride was cool. It's kind of like for those that have been to Dollywood, what was it, Blazing Fury? It's kind of like that, only like you're on a like a train and going through. It's kind of pretty similar to that. Just doesn't have like the coasting aspect of it. It just goes through. Anyways, that thing was cool. Silver Bullet was good. Another good one. Ghost Rider. Hang Time was good. Oh, they had some pretty good rides there. It's a really small park, very small. Compared to other stuff like Magic Mountain or Great Adventure or other parks, it's pretty small. But it's funny. It's like out of all the different Cedar Fair parks I've been to, that Knott's is definitely like the best themed, of the Cedar Fair parks. And I was like, there's a kiddie coaster called Jaguar. For those, like a type of coaster, would be like, say like Catwoman's Whip with a longer, more custom layout. But like the queue line was like one of those Mexican temples. And, you're going through it, and then you get to the thing, and you're going through, and go through other ride thing. Oh, it was so cool. But I enjoyed Knott's. I want to go back. Pinocchio is in Tokyo and Paris. I mean, I don't think they should like redo it and bring it uh, to Florida now. I mean, unless they come up with like some crazy, like new technology. Because let me ask you guys this. I think this is a good question. Hear me out on this. I think this is a good discussion. Disney fans within Magic Kingdom, like the Fantasyland, with all the different rides like Snow White and whatever, the classics, like a Pinocchio and Alice in Wonderland, the originals that people love, like it's considered sacred. But at some point, you got to think that they're going to have to get rid of those. Obviously, over time things break down, whatever. So eventually you got to replace and get rid of the ride. I mean, how much of an uproar do you think would be caused, because of that? I don't know, I just kind of, my brain just like, hey, would that set the Mickey Mouse world on fire because they're going, oh, yep, no, this classic ride's gone. No, that classic ride's gone. Because think about it, even from 100 years from now, we're all dead, and are they still going to keep the same ride? I always wondered that. Like, eventually, they, all these classics, eventually they got to go, right? Eventually, at some point. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But if that's a possibility, which ones do you think would go? Maybe all of them. Maybe they update them and make them crazy. Maybe. Just maybe. Another thing that I'll add about my Cali trip, that the gift shops and all the parks, I was very disappointed. Very disappointed. It took me a while to find like cool shirts or cool anything inside Disneyland. And Magic, the Six Flags thing is, it's really hard to find something cool from a park. I thought I had faith in Knott's, and I wasn't really a huge fan of Knott's gift shop. I was very disappointed on the gift shops. So, but Charles, you said, Charles, weren't you at Magic Mountain recently? Or was that like a couple years ago? I forget when you said you went. But yeah, the I don't know, Magic Mountain I thought was good. And can somebody answer me this, because I didn't look it up? Then it just popped in my head. Revolution, then now it's what, the new Revolution or whatever. What changed? It was just paint. Because I know they did VR on it, I think, at one point too. I think. I don't remember. Maybe reimagine versions of older classics at some point. Yeah, I mean, reimagined, more up to date today's technology. I'm sure we're probably like 20 years away from a bunch of rides getting. They renamed it Classic Revolution. Oh, I wish I had my park maps. Where did I leave those? I don't remember. Rebuilt the trains. I don't know. It was cool. I liked it. And then the funny thing was, last night, now National Lampoon's Vacation was on, so I watched just to see like if I recognize if anything was the same from then to now at the park. But that's because it's not new anymore. Yeah, well, I still enjoyed the Revolution. However you want to slice it. I mean, for the most part, like I didn't find that there was like really any crappy coasters at Magic Mountain. Like I said, the worst part about it for me was the gift shops and the hill. Other than that, they had good rides. Like I really enjoyed Tatsu. Some good views too, being up on the top there too. West Coast Races was good. Oh, there's Jeremy. He eats a lot of mozzarella sticks. Oh, so when you went, they were building Justice League. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, the Justice League there is obviously better. I feel Great Adventure got gypped. I mean, I know why. Everybody was saying why they beefed it up at Magic Mountain for obvious reasons. Because you had neighborly parks, Knott's and Disney. You gotta kind of go for the gusto. Now, let me tell you, Full Throttle kind of surprised me because I know when it first came out and I saw a POV of it, I watched it, I'm like, all right, cool. And then you don't think about it, so you don't remember it. So I didn't remember about when you go through the loop and then you go down, it stops you, and then you launch backwards, and then you launch forwards, and then you ride it. I didn't think it was that short, but it was cool. Oh, Tatsu's Pretzel Loop is awesome. That's like my favorite inversion, I think. I wish I could have a whole ride of pretzel loops. I love pretzel loops. This week when I go live with Planet Coaster, the only inversion is gonna be pretzel loops. That's it. Just pretzel loop. But yeah, it was cool. I love it. I love it. It's great. Yeah, but like I said, Justice League was awesome. I love Goliath too. Goliath, I thought was good. I wish there was more coasters by whatever manufacturer built that thing. Yeah, X2, that one, X2 is definitely something different. We had the front row going up the hill. I mean, it was great when we did it. Everything was a walk-on. Everything at Magic Mountain was a walk-on all day long. The whole time we were there. Every time we walk up, go. It was awesome. That's probably why we got to ride everything. X2 I thought was pretty damn cool. Just the Full Throttle, that was good. I even like Apocalypse. I thought Apocalypse was fun. It was nice and smooth. What about that MCBR? What's that? What's an MCBR? I don't know if I want to know. Is that like MC Brawl? That's funny. I made it funny. Kind of interested to see. Oh, if you look at that, that's what X2 is going to look like on the thing. Hey, what's up, Nicholas? Do I feel Magic Mountain is superior to other Six Flags? Well, it depends. I mean, Magic Mountain is one of the big boys, and I'm not even hating on it because that was the most cleanest, nicest Six Flags that I've ever stepped foot in. And I mean, New England, it usually does pretty good about keeping it, clean and nice. Probably about 85, 90% of the time I'm there, it's not bad. It's usually pretty good. But Magic Mountain was definitely like even the concrete was just like nice. It was, I don't know. It was just something. It was just a totally different feel. Now Superior, because it's got a whole huge. I don't know. I can't see that it's totally like far superior, only because it doesn't have. Well, the flat rides. It needs a little bit more before I could be like, this is superior. If they could add a bunch more flats somewhere, then maybe we could talk if being at the far superior. I'm trying to find, and it's in the Six Flags chain. It's hard to find a particular park that has everything to make it, finding the balance. I don't know. But I did like Magic Mountain. I really did. I was like, oh, I'd like to come back here again. I mean, everybody warned me before going, like, oh, there's not a lot of flat rides, So, rode what we could. Couldn't ride Twisted Colossus. And Ninja, because it didn't start working until we got to the bottom of the hill. Damn you, hill. I mean, I think if I lived near that park, if I went there every day, I'd be a twig. I would be a twig. I could use that park as like crazy exercise. Imagine if you lived there and you could go there every day like you were rich. And you wanted to, and you never had to work. You had so much money. So you'd go to, and you lived near the park and you went there. Just keep walking them hills all day. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I bet you in a few months you'd be a twig. Oh, okay. Twisted Colossus impedes on water park expansion. See, I didn't pay too much attention to. I didn't really pay too much attention to my surroundings, but, well, you know how it is, like when you're going. This was my first. You'll have calves of steel. Yeah, you will have calves of steel. Yeah, I really don't like that Ninja Hill. Like, why couldn't it have been like running like before we even like got like a quarter of the way down? I would have turned around and went back. No, nothing happened until we got to the bottom. I think it wanted to test to see how bad did I want that credit. Obviously not bad enough. So, but I'll make sure I'll go and I'll make sure that I get a ride on Ninja and, so, yeah, we tried. We wanted to. We didn't realize too. That the entrance to Ninja was up there either. When you're going to Superman, because Superman, that was cool. And I don't. Does anybody know the reason why Superman sounds like a fighter jet? It's like, whoosh. It is crazy. I don't get what the deal is with the fighter jet. It was crazy. Fighter jet was crazy. But no, I'm gonna make sure I get back to Magic Mountain at some point, more sooner than later. Plus Knott's. I don't know how many of you been to Knott's Berry Farm. You guys know me. I don't like to try to like amp up any park, any ride like crazy. I was just very impressed. Like they had the ghost town, right? and it looked like a ghost town. Then they had like oops, excuse me, that boardwalk. Ooh, and they had the boardwalk. We have hang time, and then you had accelerator. So the area, you just feel like you're in the area, so on and so forth. Like it was, like it was like an actual theme park. Is what I'm trying to say. Like that was a theme park, and I was talking to Jason about that too. Even when I was out there, and I'm like, dude, why can't Cedar Fair just kind of do that? I don't know. Like it's not like when I talk about their theme, and it's not like their typical, like it's not a typical Cedar Fair. It's not a typical Six Flags kind of theming thing. Like it's notch is way higher. So it just kind of like took me by surprise, especially like that with the Calico Mine train ride, like with the animatronics and what they were doing with it. Like it was, I was like, whoa, this place is cool. I really wanted to ride the log flume because everybody's like, oh, you got to ride the log flume, and all the animatronics and so on and so forth. I'm like, oh, but it wasn't open. I think when we were in the queue line, getting to Accelerator, I think we could see all the log boats out in the parking lot behind the thing. So who knows? Flatten Scream Punk area. Sure, the area of Green Lantern splash boats could fit in Aquaman. Another flat Sky Screamer with a Phantoms every dirt is probably not gonna happen. Yeah, it's like a Western theme park, and it's awesome. They had a guy playing with the lasso and everything, like looked the part. He really looked like it. It was really cool. It really was. Like the guy, and talks like him, the whole spiel. And you're right, Charles, because they're very close to Disneyland. You gotta up your game. You can't just do half-ass and expect to get a good attendance or anything like that. But I really like Ghost Rider. Accelerator was cool. Hang Time I liked. Silver Bullet I liked. I even like Jaguar the Kid Ride. I think I said that earlier. I really like that. Cancel what I said about Sky Screamer. Never gonna happen. They don't have a Sky Screamer. I thought they had a Sky Screamer. They don't have one? Wow. I for some reason I thought they had one. Yeah, I really like what Knott's Berry Farm has done with what they got. Tetsu's drop is too close to put much in that spot. Oh, okay. The owner of Knott's was the inspiration to Walt Disney for creating... Oh, look at that. See? There you go. That can explain a lot. But... Oh, earthquake hazard, that city said... Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be, because it's chains and... Yeah. I mean, I wish... I mean, this is just me, and I know, like, adding all the extra theming, it costs money to make it look good, and I get that. So, like, when you see parks like Knott's Berry Farm, even... I mean, even if you take Disney and Universal out of the equation, when you have other parks basically that can show that they can do it, I think the rest of them should be able to. Now I know like a little mom and pop little kid place ain't gonna really do much, but like a Six Flags and the Cedar Fair Park should be able. Trust me, it adds the extra touch. It does. It when I go, like I said, when I go to Knott's, or even if I went to Disney or Universal, and then you go to a Cedar Fair or a Six Flags park, and you're like, ew. It's like, oh, like, why can't everybody do that? Again, it takes money. I get that it takes the money, but what they should do is instead of getting a ride every year, like I was always saying, you want every other year a park gets a ride. We'll take the money from the year you didn't get, put that little extra, theme it a little better. There you go. Because then you doubled your ride budget. Now you can double the theming. Yep. And West Coast Races was fun. I mean, don't go there thinking like this is going to be the craziest, amazingest thing ever. But it was really cool with the cars. It's just the way, like I said earlier, the way that the ride flowed from when you're seeing them twisty, turny, flipping, and you're looking. Just however that ride was designed and the way it goes. It did good. Six Flags Over Georgia had a... Well, that's because it wasn't like owned by the dummies of today. That's why Over Texas had like a theme, and Over Georgia had a theme. And then it became a shell of its former self, as they like to say. I don't know. Some people ruin a good thing, I guess. See, that's the thing, though. It really busts my buttons. Grinds my gears. Think about all the parks back in the day, 50, 60, didn't matter where it was. Like it could be like a Canopy Lake or a Rocky Point up here or anywhere. Just pick a town in the 50s and 60s. When anybody built a ride, they actually like put some oomph into it. All the parks wanted to outdo each other. So they would add some theming and do some cool stuff. There was always, and now they don't really do that anymore. It's kind of sad. Kind of sad. The whole point of that was back then they were willing to throw that money in. Today they're not. That's the way that the cookie crumbles. Earthquake hazards. Okay, so, but I don't, people were asking me like, did I come back with any new number one coasters or anything? And I didn't, but I came away with some new cool coasters that I really like. Like I said before, I thought Silver Bullet was really good. Hang Time was good. I really like Ghost Rider. Accelerator was good at Knott's. And then Magic Mountain, I had all those. And a lot of good ones, a lot of great ones, but not enough to knock them out of my number one spot. But I will say probably, I don't know, I would say my two definite favorite would be like X2 and what was it? I just had it in my head. And then West Coast Races was probably X2 West Coast Races were probably like my more memorable ones, I guess. I don't know. T had a better theming back. Steam to the south in the Dixie Confederate and the Spanish War. Had Southern Belles walking around the park like Cypress Gardens did. Yeah, it's just so... It's like theme park world today is so weird. And maybe it's an old school mentality. I don't know. But I always draw back from like when I was a kid and I would go to parks. Even like Six Flags Great Adventure when I was a little kid. Or... when I went to Riverside before it was New England and Canopy Lake and we had Rocky Point, we had Lincoln Park, and we had all these other ones, Whalen Park and so all around us, and the things that we've seen back, the way how much effort was put, like into like a Rocky Point with all the concerts and all the crazy stuff going on, all the different stuff. And then you look today, it's like they put this thing in and they kind of cut back on the entertainment. It's just weird. In my mind, it's just weird in today's world. I don't know. It's like, yeah, they have better technology to do things, but I think they lost their way with all that other, entertainment value stuff. It's kind of like capitalism, the haves and the have-nots. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, the have and the have-nots. Yeah, once a corporate entity takes, starts, they pick up different, Great Escape, over Georgia. You see what happens over time. The problem, and I don't know why Six Flags does this, because if you notice, most of the entrances, for the most part, look the same. Not all of them, but they pretty much look the same. Like, to get through their security and the ticket booths, that entrance pretty much looks the same. Pretty much. There's differences, but I don't think you need everything to look the same. I think you should be keeping that charm, that what it was, just keep it updated or whatever. You don't have to make it all look the same. I know maybe they wanted to keep it like uniform. I don't know. I don't want to keep it. I would just want to keep the charm that it had. I don't know. That's what I think about that. That's what I think about that. And before anybody thinks like, oh, you did a great job back there, I didn't do that. I didn't do no decorating or painting, all wallpapering. That was all Jessica. She did it all, because we were starting to wallpaper, and I was just like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, nope. So her and her mother, they painted, decorated, hung up lights. They did a great job. It was a great job. So yeah. What was the other? I'm trying to remember from Disneyland, from when I was just there. I wish I had gotten to ride Space Mountain, and I didn't. And I know that's different than Orlando's, but like, it blew my mind at even, what do you call it, Splash Mountain, with the, instead of having two, like that. Hey, what's up, Cody? The Splash Mountain is just single seat, and I was like, what is this? The whole, it's just like, I feel like it's a tiny version of the Orlando one. No, I didn't see it got approved. Where's it going, Cody? Even if they aren't one-on-one, like America and Magic Mountain, there is a Colonial Americana thing, but most of them, Texas seems to be the Pueblo thing. Magic Mountain has its weird... Yeah, I know, the Magic Mountain, I got a picture of it. I know exactly what you're talking about at Magic Mountain. I was like, what is up with this thingy? It's going between Steam and Demon and Condor. I don't remember. I mean, I remember Condor and I remember Steam and Demon. I'm just trying to visualize in my head where it could go with it. But hey, as long as they got it approved, they could do it. Everybody would be happy. They can have their ride. Now, hopefully, Six Flags learned the lesson and doesn't try to pull this again with the next ride. SD's getting a new entrance. Yeah, you were talking to me about that before. About the new entrance thing. Yeah, you know what? That's right, Lindsay. That's right. That thingy is like the default Six Flags entrance in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Yes, it is. It is. It is. I remember that. Holy crap. That's so funny. Yeah, I remember that. Jason and I just saw the thing. And you think if the downfall continues, Cedar Fair might buy a Six Flags park or two in the future? I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think so. I mean, what I wish they would do is sell them Great Escape, uh, sell them Larone. I don't know who. I don't think they would need. Yeah, I don't. I don't know if they would need. I don't know. Did I hear about? Yeah, it's something about a Giga shuttle coaster. People are quick on it. Like the drawings came out. What was that last night? Right? I think. I think they came out last night. The drawings, and then this morning I already saw somebody like in a. Uh, um, whatever the not Planet Coaster, the other one, there, No Limits. That's what I was thinking of. My brain just died for a second. The gatekeeper as in meaning a wing coaster? But yeah, the you don't want Cedar Fair ruining. Oh yeah, Great Escape. At least we get investment under Six Flags. Yeah, at least you get something out of Six Flags. I think it's just crazy all the investment that SeaWorld's doing with all the Busch Gardens and the SeaWorld parks. It's crazy. They're really beefing it up. What they should have did. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg is the Giga Shuttle. SeaWorld Orlando is the Wing. Yeah, wait. Oh, is that the one that's going to go over by Wild Arctic? Is that what I'm? Is that what I'm thinking? If I'm correct, is that the area for that? And that's how it swoops over the gate. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. See, all this. This is just crazy. Like all these things. Like the last 2-3 years that Busch Gardens and the SeaWorld have been announced with all the different rides. It's like boom, 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 and I'm like, what? Hey, good for them. I mean, they need it. If they were doing this a couple years sooner than what they started, they I think they would be in a way better position than they are now. You know, they did the goodwill with the killer whale show, changing it over. So you stay away from Shamu and you talk about rescue and rehabilitation. You're good. That's all. That's all you gotta do. Skibbity gibbity goo. GCI, RMC, Intamin, Premier, B&M, Crazy Bus Ride. Am I supposed to play Guess the Park that it's going to? Wait, is that for this year or next year? Uh, what is that for? Like this year and next year? You're talking about the rides that are coming in? Oh yeah, because what do you call it? Sesame Place is getting the isn't it like a Big Bird ride or something? The crazy bus ride. I think I seen something like that. It sounds like somebody's knocking. Wow. So that's everything SeaWorld parks are doing in 2020. Sesame Place is also an anniversary mode. There's a room floating around Six Flags bought 3 Raptors and an Axis coaster at IABA. So, now let me ask you this. Is one of those 3 Raptors Jersey Devil? Because that dictates where my thinking goes with all these. Axis coaster. I hate to say it, but I think Fiesta Texas is going to get the Axis coaster, just because the recent trend is give everything to Fiesta Texas for prototype type things. So they go, bring them over there. But maybe not. Maybe Fiesta Texas doesn't get it. I don't know. Oh, so if there's 3, if you're giving out 3 of them, I mean, I could see New England getting one, because I really think that the whole launch coaster thing is not going to happen at New England. I think you're more apt to be seeing a Raptor, not a huge one like Jersey Devil, but I think you could see one. So the clone one. Okay, so clone. I could see New England getting one. I could see maybe St. Louis. See, I just see, like, in my mind and thinking about how the capacity is, I could see like smaller parks getting them just because of, but who knows with how they do things. So I would. I mean, I could see New England getting a Raptor. I could see St. Louis getting one. Maybe over Georgia. I don't think they're going to give one to like Magic Mountain. I mean, they could, but I don't think they're going to give one to Magic Mountain. So I would probably suspect. I mean, it could be Chicago. So 2021, Intamin, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, B&M, SeaWorld, Orlando, Premiere for San Antonio. Yeah, I heard about. Well, no, I think Busch Gardens Tampa is going to get a Scream and Swing. I think that's what's going to happen there. Sesame Place. I really wish Sesame Place had more land to expand, because they're pretty much landlocked at the moment. I don't think they have much room. And I really loved Sesame Place when I went there. It was really good. Yeah. as Aquatica San Diego becomes Sesame Place San Diego in 2021. So that's 6 new rides. Yeah, I would just like to see the one, like the one down near Philly, just to get bigger. Like it's like, I don't know. When I was there, I really really loved the place. I felt like I was two, just the way I wanted to feel, and just seeing Sesame Place, seeing Sesame Street, seeing the characters, that we all grew up with. It was cool. Plus, I got to ride Oscar's Wacky Taxi. That was cool. So, but that was definitely a smart thing for SeaWorld to do to hook up with Sesame Street. That was genius. It could potentially hurt it. Yeah, they should be building a garage across the street. Then they can have, you know what I mean? Like just you. Then you'd get some good land that you could add like some more cool stuff to the park. I think Legoland will hurt it a little bit, just about at first. I mean, that's to be expected. It's going to hurt all the parks around there because people are going to be curious about Legoland. So they're going to be like, ooh, blah, 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 blah. They'll go check it out. Either they're going to love it or they're going to hate it. They'll probably love it because it's Legos. I mean, Legos is Legos, but Sesame is Sesame. I mean, the only Legoland that I've been to was the one in Florida, and I loved it. I thought it was great. I know they don't all look like that. And speaking of Legoland, I saw that the coaster track is all complete for the Dragon Coaster. I saw that. I wonder about the rules with the lake and the ravine between Elmo's World climbing structure and the preferred lot. They could build, yeah. I think, like I said earlier, I think build the garage. There's quite a few rides they could add to expand on Sesame, and it could be even better. It was a very nice place. Yeah, that'd be cool. One like you're talking about like Dollywood Dragonfly or whatever it is. That could be something like that would be perfect over there. I think. Yep. They could do that. Yeah, I think that would be good. I wonder how many cuts I'm gonna get on these things. Let's see what I can have a tattoo. That's cool. Yeah, so I'll probably record all the videos and then you guys can watch as I cut myself and stab myself as I did in the other two videos. I'm here for your entertainment. Um, and then there's going to be other videos coming out over the next couple of weeks or so. Uh, I did get video of the Haunted Mansion, the Nightmare Before Christmas. I got video of Roger Rabbit, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. What didn't I get video on? Star Tours. I think it was the only thing I didn't get video on. Yeah, Merlin's Mayhem. That if something like that would be perfect. You know what you do? Just put the handicap spots across the street. and just roll them across the street. Just, you put them in the wheelchair, whee, throw them, just push them down the street. They'll get into the park, no problem. You know what? I haven't sat on that couch. Yeah, that way. I haven't sat on that couch yet. Nope, I haven't sat on it. I sat in the other one. The other creepy one. Yep, moving the gates up. Nah, I still think you should just wheel them in. Just push them across the street. There you go. See you later. Or maybe Sesame Place can have like wheelchair crossing guards. Maybe like a service for like $1, and they'll push you across the street for $1, and then another dollar on the way back. That's funny. I'm a douche. At least I thought it was funny. Maybe you don't think it's funny, but I think it's funny. Oh, God. Yeah, but I think Sesame's, you can go to Sesame Street. They can move the gates up. They can add some space. They can have some fun. They should get like a log flume ride. Make a little, make a little Bert and Ernie log flume or something. Yeah. Yeah, morbid sense of humor today, I know. Boom. I would say Count Splash Castle. That thing was kind of crazy looking when I seen it. I don't know. I just feel like I was like a little kid again watching Sesame Street being over there. That was really cool. Hey, what's up, John? You just missed the whole thing about me pushing wheelchair people across the street to Sesame Place. You missed it. It was funny. Sky Splash is probably the closest thing the park will have to log flume. Water rides are a dying breed. I know they are, but I love them, love them, love them. Yep, this is the... it's dual purposing, but we redecorated it up for Haunapalooza. Oh, you didn't see it, John. I'll give you the quick little tour here. You can... You can see over there. And then this. Now you can see the skull guy. There you go. And it's not just Halloween, because if you look behind me, there's prints of the Haunted Mansion, and then a Haunted Mansion sign. And you can see the zombie sign that my hand's covering right now. Six Flags. So see, it fits. It's theme park and Halloween related. There you go for the time being. Yeah, plus there's other Haunted Mansion prints over there too. Yeah, right there. And then there's a little Haunted Mansion little buggy. See, I got theme park related stuff. That's my little... Oh, another thing. John, you'll like this. If you look, John, in the corner there, underneath the bat, and you see a light. I don't know if you see underneath the bat there. There's a light, and it looks like it's like an SF. I know I'm jittery at it. Anyway, that is a... what do you call it? It was attached to the antique cars on the lights, and they put a license plate from it. And if you look at the plate underneath all the whatever they put on top of it, you can see Riverside. So that was cool. But it holds a candle. but it was cool. Holly's in the other room still because once I move those machines, there's 2 more to move out of that room there. Then we're gonna redo that room, and then Harley Quinn's gonna be in that room on the other side, because then this becomes Haunapalooza room. That becomes you can't see what it's pointing like it that way. The Grove Show room. So it'll be good. It'll be good. Goonie Goohoo. So, but Holly will be back. Don't you worry. Holly will be back. And then, yeah, with the Haunapalooza thing, the thing when we start doing that one, we'll actually have guests on it, and it won't just be me. So you don't have to just sit here and look at me or listen to me. And then I just got to work that into the Grove Show, so it's not like that no more either, too. So that'll be good. Working on getting it done. But it'll be fun, because then you can, those that want to hear like crazy stories, they're not going to be live. They're going to be recorded. At first, anyway. You can hear the crazy stories that you hear about haunted houses and stuff. When we do it, and if that's your cup of tea, and you want to check it out. And it will be fun. It'll be fun. Fun. Kill. Die. Hey, John, did you ever build your Wicked Cyclone Nano Coaster? Because now I got 5 more to build. I'm just, like, if you look at this is going to be West Coast races. That's going to be West Coast. I already showed Tatsu. X2. What does Full Throttle look like? Oh, that's cool. Looks just like the ride. That's all Full Throttle is. And it's still cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if anybody, I potentially could get Lindsay a press pass to, so if anybody's interested, he was showing me a link, and I was looking at the guests, and there's some cool people. There are some cool people going there. It's kind of like a Rhode Island Comic Con. If you guys like that kind of stuff, I'll still probably gonna try and get his name on it, and if it works, then he can do coverage of it. I would like to see it. Because I like seeing stuff like that, so I'm okay with that. Plus it's the off season, and it's really tough to keep coming up with content all the time. Yeah, this looks Goliath. Yeah, it looks like Goliath pretty much. Goliath. It was cool. I really was dig Doug Goliath. Tatsu, X2, Full Throttle. Yeah, they did it fast for West Coast races. Yeah, they did. I know, I was actually surprised that they had one. I knew that they had like a couple. I didn't know they had 5 different ones at Magic Mountain, so I got them. Knott's Berry Farm didn't have any. Obviously, Disney doesn't have any. Imagine if Disney had some, like, that's what they need to do. They need to make like some models of the rides and stuff like that. It's kind of like, how many of you I don't know how old you guys are. Who remembers like the old Matchbox, like carrying cases, and for your Matchbox, you can open it up. It looks like a briefcase, and then you can open it up, you know, and then play with it. Put them in a little car wash. There's a point to this. What if Disney sold little things like that, and you can have a ride replica like Haunted Mansion or whatever? It would probably cost. You'd probably have to remortgage your kids or something for it, but you could be able to do that. You have the 7th Doctor, the 8th Doctor, Professor. I have no idea who Professor Sprout is. Star Wars Generals, The Walking Dead. Hey, what's up, Theme Park New England? Anyway, all I'm saying is I wish Disney had more models of rides. Maybe not, even if they did something like this, just that actually had proper directions, and I didn't cut up my hands all the time, then that would be cool, Man, I miss those like cool micro machines from when I was a kid. Oh, I miss those things. I don't like the newer ones today. They're not, I don't know, there's something different. They were so cool back in the day. They were way different. They're like micro machine. They're just different, and they're not as good. Hey, John, do you remember Record Breakers? I don't know if anybody remembers that. What that is. I'm going to give everybody a second here to think about this. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I so wanna. Oh man, I could buy like the old sets. I so want it so bad. You have no idea. Professor Sprout is Harry Potter. She is the one with the mandrakes, screaming plants that have an antidote. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. I don't watch the movies. Jason, do you remember when they used to be on TV and they had the wrestler there, Jesse the Body Ventura? Remember him? He was the host. So anyway, Record Breakers were these cars that you could switch the bodies, and they had these big tracks, and like it would just race around. It was like this big thing for a couple of years maybe, and you could like buy parts and you could switch them all up, and then you put batteries in them, and then it would just go around this track. Well, they used to, I forgot, I think it was just called Record Breakers on TV, and I had Jesse Ventura as the host, and I remember he did the mall. He did Emerald Square Mall back in the day. And I won the first race, won the second race, lost the third race or something like. Yeah. I used to watch that all the time. I used to love that. I remember Burger King used to have them in their Happy Meals, whatever they call them, kids meals. And I used to go to Burger King all the time to get cars. And there was a trick to winning races all the time. I figured it out. You couldn't put fresh batteries in. Like when you were actually like racing, like in that competition, you couldn't put brand new batteries in. You had to put in used ones. I know it sounds weird, but you needed less power, because if you had them on full power, anybody's car that had the full power, the cars were flipping off the track all the time. Oh, those things were awesome. I miss those things. Oh man, to be a kid again. I had it on my phone, and for Google. And whew. Wow, the sets are selling for $75 on eBay. With the track. 1989. All the different cars. My God, I remember all that. Oh man, I'm going down memory lane right here. Yep. Yeah, Record Breakers Toy Cars TV show. That would be cool. Riverside Races. You could. Yep. Or oh, you remember the stupid battery? It was plastic and it didn't do nothing. I remember the stupid battery you'd get. If you wanted to make it more powerful, you would put tin foil on it and it would boost the power. I don't know if you remember that. Riverside Races, 2021 premiere, family thrill launch in the vein. I would love it, but you know what's weird? West Coast Races does not have a huge. It's not really that big of a, footprint because the coast is up in the air and everything's around it. I mean, they got buildings around it and everything, gift shops and games and whatever there's around it. So the ride's just going around everything. So you could do it. You could put it in. I don't know. I would love to see it go with the Goliath flashback area, but you would need a little bit more. Well, maybe I don't know. You might be able to get away with it. Actually, you could. You could have the throwback to its old race car days. That's a good thought. I mean, that would be cool. Ah, the gold turbo engines. Man, I miss those toys. It's like I just almost just want to just like order some. Man, I remember being a kid, being so hot in 1989. I would have been what, 11, probably. Yeah, I'd be 11 at that time. Yeah. Wow. I'm an old fart. Not really. But I do like the sound of that having a race, a launch race. A lot of people keep bringing this thing up about New England about not being able to have a launch coaster because of the power issues. And I know we've talked about that, and I know there's some ways they can fix that. What was my favorite rides in each park that I had been to on my trip? Man, you really coming at me with like a what do you call it? That's really tough. But uh, I don't know my top three. Let me. X2 is definitely one of them for sure. I would throw West Coast Races in that, and I would throw Goliath as like my. I think those would be like my top three. If you're an old fart, you must really smell. I think I do, man. The whole the whole DC area was where the racetrack was. That entire area. So you got Superman. You got the whole area. Is what you got with that. But yeah, so I would say with Magic Mountain would be those three. I would say X2, Goliath, West Coast Races. Now I'm not saying. Yeah, I rode Hang Time at Knott's. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like Tatsu or Full Throttle or crap. Just I think those were my standout coasters, and I will say Justice League is the best one there for obvious reasons. Hang Time was really cool. it's just about, it's basically the same thing as like a B&M to an extent. Uh, that whole, I mean, it's the same, pretty much the same content, the same concept, just a little different. Because like when you do the B&M one, you come over the top and you just hang down, then it drops you. Hang time, you go up, you kind of go down, it stops a little bit, and then stops, and then drop, And but hang time was good. I liked it. Accelerator was good. Uh, I really liked Silver Bullet. I really liked Ghost Rider. Uh, if I'm gonna pick like a top three at knots, I would say Silver Bullet, Hang Time, and Ghost Rider would be my top three favorite there. Like Accelerator was good. Pony Express, we rode Pony Express. That was cool. Um, so yeah, and then but I'd like to throw in the Calico mine ride, the train going in the mines. That ride was cool. And then at Disneyland, damn. Wow, you remember 1989 when Magnum XL 200 was announced on Nickelodeon Livewire show? I don't remember that. I does not. Well, Disneyland doesn't have many coasters, but well, I rode Matterhorn. What else was a coaster that I rode? Oh, I rode the Choo Choo Train. I didn't ride Space Mountain. The Splash Mountain count? But I would definitely just say Rise of the Resistance is definitely a game changer. It's definitely, I don't know. You can watch that video 1,000 times, and it's nothing until you actually experience. It's just weird. It's like a lot of people are like, oh, you ruined the ride for me because you saw the POV. I'm like, nah, because like I'm sure like a lot of you guys, you watched the POV a bunch of times. You wanted to see what it was, what's the hype about, But it's weird because when you're there, it's all surrounding you, and you're like, whoa. So, hey, I'm gonna enjoy it the next time I get to ride it, because it's an awesome ride. Totally changes the game. Totally. So yeah, so before we go, what's today? Wednesday? Tomorrow I'm going to do Planet Coaster. And you'll be seeing a whole bunch of different videos from different like the Knots ones coming out. And you'll see a bunch of on-ride videos from whatever. Yeah, POV does not do Rise of the Resistance justice. And it's not just sitting in the car. Like, there's more to it. Like, when you get to the, what do you call it? The first part of it, when you're in the ship, you're gonna go help Ray. Hooray. And then, you get caught. You're on a Star Destroyer. I felt like I was on a Star Destroyer when I showed that picture earlier with the stormtroopers. I'm like I felt like I was part of what I was in. I want to always get lost in what I'm at. So, yeah. And the messed up thing about it, like, you can't smoke in the Disney parks. You have to go outside the park. No, I didn't go to the other park. What is it? Disney California Adventure? I didn't do that one. But Yeah, like I said, I felt like I was on a Star Destroyer. It was just crazy. Like, it was just crazy just how immersive it is. There's no reason why they can't continue to do that now from here on out. I think they backed themselves into a corner now. When you think about it. And how long did I wait? Well, because what I was saying before, because this has to do with that. You can't get a boarding pass until 8 a.m. I don't know. Imagine what the hotel's going to be like. Now it's like, do I want to stay there and spend that ridiculous, stupid money? But who knows? I might just like go and leave the kids at home. Anyway, so wait time. You have to be there at 8 o'clock. Like, you have to be in the park before 8 o'clock. Because at 8 o'clock is when you can get a boarding pass. So you got to be like, doing the thing. I happen to get boarding group 48. So like I was saying, this, you can't smoke in the park. You had to leave. So when I was outside smoking, you're talking to people, you're chit-chatting. So, everybody's asking, oh, did you ride a new ride? Did you ride a new ride? Did you ride a new ride? And we're like, yeah. We're like, we already rode it. Like, what boarding group did you have? And I told them, like, what time did you get in the park? Well, I got in the park at 7 a.m. You know what I mean? Like, I was, like, on the tram around, like, 7 a.m. going in and getting through the gate. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just... And then we didn't get on... I forgot what time we got in the queue. Like, 12:45 or something like that. 1 o'clock, around there. And then I think it was like another 30 minutes in the line till we got on the ride. You get in the ship and then you get onto the other ship. And then you go down on the ship and you do the other ship. But that's, based off of what we've seen for the Star Wars Hotel, and based off of seeing Rise of the Resistance, my God, it's most likely worth whatever the hell the price is for the hotel, which is a lot of money. And a lot of people are going to do it, and they're going to record it. I'd like to kind of know before I go, especially with that, like, what do I get to do? Now, the rides aren't open that early. You can't ride anything because the park opens at 8. They'll let you in. And I think they were letting the people in early because they knew how they had to do this boarding pass. But there was some people that got there at 4 a.m. that did not get to ride it. Because they say up to boarding group 82, and even then you're not guaranteed to get on the ride. So anything after that becomes what they call backup boarding. So your chances of after 82 right now, not that good. But they got up to like 115 or something the first day. But people had like 120, 130. People were like, how did you get on before us? And we were here all, waiting. I was like, I don't know. I just hit the button. I hit join boarding group. Got a boarding group. Me and my brother, we wrote it. It was awesome. The technology within Rise of the Resistance is crazy. Like, you don't know, It's just crazy. So, what I may do is for next week get a couple little things to show. Like, I don't want to show the whole POV or anything, but maybe I'll just make like a 2 or 3 minute little video to show next week. Of just kind of like the highlight reel of the trip. Maybe I'll do that. Because I should have time to do that, and then it's not going to take long. I could take like the best of. And then you could just see different little things. And then we'll figure out what talk about next week, and then you guys bring your A game, and we can go in more depth with some other stuff, into topics. It's great to be back, and yeah, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. And I'll see you guys then. So anyway, don't forget Planet Coaster tomorrow night. I don't know what time. Somewhere between 7, 8, 9, around there somewhere. You'll know. I'll go on Twitter and Facebook and be like, we're going live. So, but I'll see whoever tomorrow. If not, then I'll see you guys next week. Till then, till next time, everybody, keep on coasting, y'all. Peace.